Yep, this movie's a banger. It's 6 months away, but I can already tell it's a banger. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and relieved after watching this teaser trailer. And it's crazy because it's a teaser trailer, but there was so much emotion packed into it and relief that Superman is finally being done right. Maybe right isn't the best word. I think Zack Snyder highlighted a different part of Superman that was kind of interesting. But I think when you think of Superman, you think of hope. That is pretty much his primary attribute. And I'm glad that we're going back to that. And this trailer just fills you with so much optimism, but also engagement and intrigue to what the heck is happening in this narrative. I saw Starro wreaking havoc on the city. I saw Metamorpho, Lex Luthor with a Glock, Ultraman, and some other villains that weren't in the trailer, but I know aren't going to be in the movie. That's the villain side. On the superhero side, you've got Hawkgirl, Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Crypto, maybe even a few more other heroes will be making an appearance. This movie is stacked. Like, I'm sure a lot of us are gonna be there front line in the theaters just waiting to watch the movie. I can't see this movie being less than an 8 out of 10 or an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like that is the minimum. Just after the teaser trailer, that's the vibe I'm getting. They would have to mess up really bad and be misdirecting us really badly for it to be less than a minimum 80% or an 8 out of 10. I saw a TikTok video that said that like the colors red, yellow, and blue are intentionally saturated up because Superman's primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, and that's why the color grading looks like that. If that is true, then that just shows how much dedication and care is being put into this movie, all the way down to its color grading. And if that same amount of detail and attention is given to the rest of the narrative, then this could easily be a 9.5 out of 10 movie. I don't see a single bad thing so far. Like, I'm really trying to find something, but I can't really. Maybe the CGI, but I don't know, CGI isn't too relevant to me, especially because they're used for like monsters and stuff, which you can't really do without CGI. I believe Crypto himself is CGI and he looks incredible, pretty much lifelike. The giant kaiju thing looks real enough, but yeah, personally the CGI looks great. I love the Superman suit. It looks so good. The yellow outlining of the chest symbol, brilliant. I think that's one of the first times that that's ever been done. So happy that Superman has trunks. I feel like that is a big part of his character to have trunks. You know, Superman wants to be this symbol of hope and positivity, and he wants to not necessarily look threatening, right? So then you have this bright, colorful, kind of silly outfit. He kind of looks like a wrestler, which will appeal to children. It just makes sense. It feels like it fits his character. So I'm so glad that the trunks are included and that David fought for the suit to have trunks. You can thank David Corenswet for how the suit looks, because James Gunn originally wasn't going to include the trunks. So I have full faith in David for that reason. I think he understands the character so well. He looks a lot like Clark Kent. Very uncanny. But speaking of Clark Kent, he seems to be playing Clark very well. Not just Superman, but Clark Kent, the Daily Planet reporter. His posture is kind of slouched. The glasses, the curly hair, the awkwardness. This is going to be so good. Lois as well. Rachel Brosnahan. She looks great and like stoic and confident, but also down to earth. We saw a little bit of Jimmy Olsen in the teaser trailer for the teaser trailer. Superman saving that kid from that explosion, that kid that was in the middle of a war, holding that beacon with Superman's flag on it. This is gonna be so good. I'm like kind of getting emotional just talking about those scenes. Superman means so much to so many people, and I've never been the biggest fan of him, but I've always appreciated what he stood for and what he symbolizes. Positivity, care, hope, love, and they seem to be really leaning into those elements. So I can only thank James Gunn for steering this ship of DC Studios to allow this movie to happen. This is going to be so good for the DCU and just be an excellent start and setup for the rest of the movie and TV slates. So much is hinging on this movie being good, and after this teaser trailer, I am so relieved. It's going to be great. This makes me want to watch Creature Commandos, just seeing how much James Gunn cooked, and I heard that Creature Commandos is good, so James Gunn doesn't seem to miss. There was this statement made by James on the Superman movie being mostly about Superman, Lois, and Lex. Those three being the core and heart of this movie. And I find that really interesting, and I think I like that approach. And James has said multiple times that this is not a ensemble movie. This is not necessarily meant to set up things, though it does set up stuff, but it's not like meant to, really. This is more so supposed to be a character study on those three people. people: Superman, Lois, and Lex. Lex seems so intimidating and just furious, which I think is needed for a character like him. Just a little prediction here. I think Superman will cause a change of heart in Lex. Maybe not completely, but the entire theme of this narrative and story seems to be about hope and trying to be better in a world that doesn't make it easy to be all the time. So I think the stake of this movie is to show Lex the goodness of humans and the goodness of life. Because this narrative doesn't seem like a fight of physicality. It seems more so like a fight of ideology. Can Superman change Lex's mind? Maybe not fully, but partially. Can Superman even save Lex Luthor? Can Lex Luthor save himself? Can Superman inspire Lex to be better? That is a banging central dramatic question. I also don't see any kryptonite so far, which I actually kind of like, because I'm kind of tired of kryptonite. I know it's super closely tied to Superman because that's his pretty much only weakness, but I hope they like save kryptonite for another movie, because there's just so many more elements of Superman that's interesting to explore. I think the whole idea of people not liking Superman getting to Superman's head is actually really interesting. Superman cares so much about other people to the point of caring about what they think, and that includes him as well. So can Superman deal with people not liking him? Can he do the right thing if it means that people will hate him? I would love for that to be explored, and I think it will be from the look of things. Super excited. This is a must watch for sure. It's gonna be great. It's looking up for this movie. What do you think of Superman so far? I know there hasn't been a lot of stuff, but still I would love to hear your responses in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.